Hello everyone, my name is Eli, and welcome to the first official devlog for my game, A Wild Heist. I'm a 4th year university student studying computer science and game design, and for my senior final, I've decided to build and release a game on Steam. This devlog is about where the project is right now, what's working, what's not, and what's coming next. If you're new here, A Wild Heist is a fast-paced, co-op heist game where you and up to 3 friends rob banks to pay off a gambling debt to the mob. Each heist is intentionally flexible, and you can approach it however you want. You can hold the bank up at gunpoint, blast your way through with explosives, or you can try and sneak your way into the vault undetected. And yes, you play as raccoons. This is my senior final project, which means I officially have from January until April to build the game. That said, I don't want this to just live as a school project. My goal is to either have it an open beta or a full release on Steam, somewhere around March to April. Because of that, I'm keeping the scope intentionally tight and focusing almost entirely on the systems that support the core game loop. At its core, A Wild Heist is built around a simple loop. You start in a lobby where you gear up, buying tools, weapons, and upgrades. Then you enter a bank. Things might go smoothly, they might go very wrong. You grab as much loot as you can, and then your goal is to escape before everything completely falls apart and the police arrive. You then repeat that process at a new bank, and then a new bank, with escalating difficulty as security ramps up. Right now, everything I'm building exists to support that loop. Early on, I built an interaction system that worked fully in multiplayer. I used a vault door and some vehicles to test it. You could interact with the vault, trigger animations, and it acted as the clear focal point for the heist. I also built a physics-based vehicle system. Players get in and out of cars, drive them, although the handling was a bit rough. The goal isn't about realism, it's about fun. I then ran into a pretty major issue. While working in Unreal Engine 5.6, I hit a bug that completely blocked development, especially for multiplayer. Essentially, the game wouldn't connect to any 2 players using Steam, which is a pretty big problem for a co-op game. After doing some research, I found the cause of the issue. And there was a workaround, but it required engine-level compromises that I wasn't comfortable making. So I made the hard decision to roll the entire project back to Unreal Engine 5.3, which meant starting over. I redid everything from scratch. It hurt, but it forced me to rebuild the project with a much better structure. The first thing I rebuilt was the interaction system. This new system is component-based and modular, meaning it can be reused for almost everything in the game. This is how I should have done it to begin with. Vaults, items, world interactions, all use the same component. On top of that, I rebuilt the item system to be component-based as well. Each item defines its behavior through components, which makes adding new items significantly easier, at least in theory. The first real item I implemented using this system is dynamite. It's a placeable item, physics-based, and it explodes, although I haven't added in the full destruction system back in yet. So, purely visual for now. More importantly, explosions can be chained together. So if you place multiple explosives close enough, they'll trigger each other, which leads to some very controlled or uncontrolled chaos. Multiplayer is fully working again, the interaction system replicates properly, and the vault is back in and functional. Right now, the only major system that hasn't made it back in is vehicles, but that's coming soon. I also modeled a new lobby. I blocked it out in Unreal, but eventually I'll move it over to Maya to add any finishing touches. I also wanted to quickly talk about the player character. Right now, I've made a very rough character model just to replace the capsules. It's not final, it's mostly there to answer the question, does this feel playable as an actual character? For animations, I'm currently using Mixamo. They're placeholder animations, but they let me move fast and focus on gameplay instead of getting stuck on animation. All this being said, the game isn't bug-free. The interaction system works in multiplayer for everything, except items, even though they use the exact same system. Don't ask me why. There are some visual effects that don't show properly for clients. These are known issues, and they're actively being worked on. Here's what's next for the game. I plan on adding guards and other NPCs to fill out the level, weapons and other items to assist players in the heist, and I need to actually build a bank. Eventually the bank will be randomly generated, but for now I'm creating it by hand. And audio, which is very much missing right now, but I have a guy who's working on some great music for the game. Once those are in, the core loop should feel complete, and everything else can build on top of it. Here's a rough timeline of where the project is right now, and where it's heading over the next few months. This project has already gone through a full engine rollback and rebuild, but it's in a much stronger place because of it. And I'm still on track to have some early playtesting in mid to late January. If you want to follow the development of A Wild Heist, there are 2 ways you can do that. You can like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more devlogs and eventually streaming development. or you can join the Discord to get updates between videos. I also received a comment about creating tutorials. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments what kind of tutorials you'd like to see. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next devlog.